Everybody, we are back. It is Taped Online's favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and of course Panda Subs. Go to pandasubs.com. Discount code TDL. Get your good protein stuff. They got a bunch of new cool stuff out there you guys can go check out. So check out Panda Subs. Support them. TDL, 35% off. All right. Matt, we did a little film review of a terrible game on both sides of the football. So it was an equally bad game. It was awesome to watch. Yeah. So I really hope they kind of... This isn't a scrap tape game, because I don't know if it was like that, but I think there's a lot of things that they just didn't do well in this game. I mean, there was no passing game, there was no run game, and then they like stopped the pass okay for a little bit, and then they couldn't stop the pass, and then they couldn't stop the run at all. So not a lot of positivity this week at all.
Yeah, I wish I could have burned the tape, because it was painful to watch, not gonna lie. But I mean, we're gonna go over it in a little bit, especially when talking about Jakorian Bennett. But I mean, right now it feels like there's a lot of missed assignments for the Raiders, a lot of blown assignments, I should say, where guys aren't on the same page. Like, again, there's a few plays with Bennett where he's kind of seeming like he's spinning a little bit, and he's a guy in the old adage with the rookies where the game's a little bit too fast for him. The other play that sticks out in my mind is Spillane. Raiders run cover 3 seam, and the Bills have a good answer for it by leaking out the back late. Spillane's late to see it, and James Cook goes for like 30 yards, and it's just stuff like that where it's like, man, like they're not executing when they are supposed to, and like when they are there, they're not making the play. Like Spillane had like 5 missed tackles for as great of a game as he had, and like that's just too many. Like I think they had 10 as a team, with him like obviously accounting for half. And like you're not going to win games like that defensively, and that's why they put up 38 points. And like you said, they could stop the pass for a little bit, and but they couldn't stop the run and whatnot. And Bills picked them apart, and do have to give Josh Allen some credit. He did a good job of taking what the Raiders were giving him, and not forcing things downfield like we thought he would. So part of that was too the Raiders were also not keeping them off schedule for the most part of the game, and they did. Again, someone blew a coverage or something, or someone got open, and it ended up not mattering. So
on defense, it was just, I mean, one, they couldn't stop the run, but I think that's a big issue. I mean, they can't stop the run at all, so they really can't get teams into 3rd and long, even if they really wanted to. So it allows these teams to continually dink and dunk them. So if they can't stop the run, they're going to get dink and dunked, because that's what Patrick Graham likes to do on passing defense, and that's what's happening. I think Josh Allen's ADOT was 5 this week. Russell Wilson's was like 4.7. So, or it might be opposite, but it's small like that, and so they're not allowing the deep ball. They're not giving up big plays right now. That's kind of the thing that they're not doing. I mean, there's some happen at the end of this game, just eventually, because they can't contain Josh Allen. He got out of the pocket, hit Gabe Davis on that 40-yarder, that screen to Stephon Diggs, and started getting some chunks later on in the game. But this game was like 1,000 paper cuts. He was just touchdown. That's basically what happened. Run. James Cook had like 127 yards. That was a career game for him, I believe. I don't think he's had that many yards in his game ever, right? I don't think so. Yeah, so they can't stop the run. They can stop the deep ball, but they can't really stop underneath right now. And a good quarterback's going to pick them apart. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how they play going forward, especially with the pass rush. What did you think about the blitzing? They blitzed a lot this game.
I mean, I was kind of interested to see it. They did get caught a few times. There was like one time, I think you pointed out already, like where Josh Allen scrambled and ended up picking up the first down on that. I think actually we're going to see that play later. But I mean, I like that they were mixing it up, and I like that they were trying something, especially since, again, going back to last week, no one was winning their one-on-one blocks. This week wasn't much different. I think Max Crosby was actually held in check. I thought the Bills had a pretty good game plan for him. So I like that they're trying something new. It's still not effective enough for them to be able to do it consistently. And I'm very worried about, their corners being able to hold up in coverage right now, because I mean, that's part of the problem is they aren't. That's why they're getting ding and dunked. I do actually think, like, when you're talking about two, I think part of the reason why they're getting ding and dunked and not giving up a high ADOT is they are getting good safety play out of Merrick and Marcus Epps. Like Merrick's been one of the pleasant surprises for this year.
Yeah.
He's turned it around. And Epps has been really good. But, I mean, Peters and Bennett right now just aren't good enough. You know, Peters a little bit better than Bennett, but neither guy is exactly playing well.
Yeah, I mean, the guys are just wide open with Peters. He had that one play, like he was just playing so off coverage and just allowed Gabe Davis to run the easiest route. It was just wide open. It was just didn't make any sense. He's not squeezing things. I don't know what he's doing. He just doesn't look that good right now. I mean, David Long looked a little better than him this game, to be honest.
David Long actually had a couple nice plays. Like, he didn't play much, but he might be a guy that I wouldn't be surprised if this year or if this week he ends up starting, because he actually had a few nice plays. I think he only allowed like 10 yards or something in coverage with one stop ahead of the sticks. So yeah, he was actually like in the few snaps I watched of him. He actually like was kind of impressive, where the Raiders might have to make a switch early in the year.
Yeah, and then I mean, the defensive line still doesn't exist besides Max Crosby. I posted on Twitter about how nobody else has more than 2 pressures on defensive line, which is great. That's a fantastic way to get after the passer there, guys. I mean, they're not even winning either. There's no winning. Yeah. Like, Max Crosby has a 20 win percentage, and like it doesn't even matter. He's still 10th in the NFL in win percentage. Like it's nothing. But the big problem with me is Max not playing the run that well this year, which is
he's taken a lot. We talked about it a little bit last week, but he did it again this week, where he's taking gambles and going inside, and like he was like losing outside contain. Like he's like getting almost like too aggressive. I wonder if part of it's like he feels like he has to make the play or no one else will. But yeah, I noticed that too. Like, again, like he keeps ducking inside, and I want to say the Bills might have had a touchdown off of it, or at least like a first down or a big run.
Yeah, big run. Yeah, with Damian Harris.
Specifically. Yeah.
Yeah, man, they had a big run off that, and rushing the passer too. He's not getting contained. I mean, you can't do that with Josh Allen. He was getting out of the pocket and making some plays there, and they weren't containing him inside the pocket. I don't know what's up with that. To me, that's coaching a little bit. You got to coach these guys kind of. Yeah. I mean, if it happens one time, you got to go in there. Hey, we need to contain him, right? Let's make that emphasis of the week is containing him and making sure that he can not getting out of the pocket, because that's where he was able to make some plays, especially like on the 4th down when they have to touch on the 4th down right before halftime. Yeah, they just got no pass rush, man. I don't know.
The scrambles are killing them. Like this, like it hurt him last week it hurt him 2 weeks ago against Denver, and then again, same thing this week, where right now they don't have the guys that can cover forever, and when they do cover, like when quarterback breaks out of the pocket, like that's recipe for disaster. So
yeah, I agree with that. So, I mean, enough of the defense. So the offense was just equally as awful. It was just a bad day all around. It was a bad day throwing the ball. It was a bad day running the ball. So they did a lot of 21 personnel runs. So every time they did 21 personnel this week, they ran the ball. So I guess they want to let everybody know that we're doing when we're in 21 personnel and Johnson's in the game, we are running the football. I think they might have ran one play action late in the game. So I'm gonna verify this. I think they ran one play action. Hold on. Let me check this out. Let me make sure I get this guys for you guys. So they ran one play action to end the game at a 21 personnel, I think. So here we go. No, I'm lying. Sorry, guys, I'm lying to you guys. Out of the 39 plays they ran 39 plays, man. It was the easiest charting. I did like 2 hours. I was excited. I was like, wow, This is great. I have so much more time to do things. But that's unacceptable. 39 plays. And he tried to switch it up a little bit, running like a little 20 personnel. He tried to run out of 20 personnel. Didn't work. Halfback draw. Dope. They ran a lot of draws. They really didn't just do anything to the run game. The run game is just so predictable. Michael Mary, he moves inside. Like, I wonder what he's gonna do. I think he might go across. It's split zone block. Yeah, split zone block. I think he might do that. He's looking that way too. I mean, he's looking. It's the run game is so bad right now, and they really have no answer for it. And I mean, they started off the game in 11 personnel, and they lost 4 yards. So they're like, okay, I guess we can't run 11 personnel. But go ahead.
I was want you to back up for a second. It's not that they don't have an answer for it. They're trying to trade for Cam Akers. So,
is that real? I don't know if that's.
Apparently, according to Jordan Schultz, they inquired about it. How much that is, I don't know. But yeah, they saw it like that. It was like confirmed that they're quote unquote interested in trading for Cam Akers, which makes no sense because I'm pretty sure Cam Akers is also a free agent in the offseason. So, and obviously, I mean. If you think Josh Jacobs is the problem, I don't know what it is, but that's another tangent.
Yeah. The big problem is that they can't throw downfield. Okay, so in them not throwing downfield, which I talked about it last week with the way the offensive line is playing. I think I had like 2 pressures, maybe. I think I had them under pressure like three times. Okay. I think PFF had 3 too. PFF might have had 2. They only counted 2 for the offensive lineman. I know PFF did.
Gotcha.
So I was a little harder on them. So I gave them 3 out of 24 dropbacks. So they don't have any pressure and they're not throwing downfield. So what are teams doing? They're just playing in the box. They're playing single high. And I mean, this is not a single high lead right now, guys. So when you have teams playing single high against you, like 14 of Jimmy Garoppolo's dropbacks were either cover 1 or cover 3. So that tells you a lot of what they're facing against. And teams are like daring them to throw downfield because we think you're going to throw short. They're playing the digs. They're not even playing deep routes. I'm going to show some of it, but I'm going to go over like where's Hunter Renfrow because, people were trying to say he didn't get open. But in my opinion, they got to find a way to throw the ball downfield. I don't know what they got to do. I don't know if Josh McDaniels has cuss them out. Something has to happen here, Matt. Or they're not going to be able to run on offense.
Teams are basically saying, make Jimmy Garoppolo beat us. And I mean, right now, I'm curious to see what you have on the tape, but it feels like he's turning down any opportunities, and the ones he does throw end up getting guys injured. So, it's 1,000% believable. Like you said, make Garoppolo beat you, and if he's not even willing to try, then I don't even know why you get out of 1 high. Like
you don't have to. I mean, the Bills don't play 1 high, man. I don't think Sean McDermott's played this much 1 high since he's like a Panthers OC, and when people used to run the ball a lot, they need to play like the NFC South teams. Why? You don't have to. But this game they did. And I think that was a very big telling. And I saw something about the box. People talking about there wasn't that many guys in the box in the charting because they came down late. So they would show too high a lot. Gotcha. And then that guy right before the snap, he's either run blitzing, or he's coming down just in case to have another guy in the box really late. So if you're like counting and you're doing these charting, you're not going to count those guys as in the box. But they're coming in the box. They might not show you it, but they're coming down. And they just have no answer for that. They got too many guys, and they're just jumping the runs to get Jordan Porter coming up the backside. That one linebacker, 43, man, he was terrific. That dude was everywhere. Terrell Bernard, he's a second-year player from Baylor, 3rd-round pick. Man, he was everywhere. 224 pounds, little skinny dude, looking like a little skinny safety out there shooting gaps. I'm going to show a couple plays of him shooting gaps. I'm showing every Josh Jacobs run except one. I couldn't find it. I really didn't care. But we're doing 8 Josh Jacobs runs, and we're doing where's Hunter Renfrow? Kind of a type of thing. And so what are you doing, Matt? You're doing.
I'm going to go over Jakorian Bennett, why he's struggling a little bit and what's kind of going on with him. Alluded to it a little bit earlier as a teaser. And then you all know me. I want to get some positivity going over Marcus Epps, because I thought he actually had a real hell of a game. I thought he actually played. I think PFF graded Crosby a little bit higher, but I thought Epps actually played a little better. I thought Epps was flying all over the field. But By the way, can we get for the quote board on this episode? They're coming in the box. You said that. I'm like, I can't let that one go.
That's great, man. Pause. Yeah, I definitely should have paused on that one. But hey, that's what we do here. All right. So let's get into it. Let's do offense first, so I can get this out of my way because I was just sick watching this, to be honest. So let's get into this run game and what they did in the passing game. Kind of, we're gonna look at, is Hunter Renfrow open? Because I see some people have said that he isn't, but I disagree. I disagree. All right, so here we go. We'll start with the run game. All right, so this first run, me and Matt had to have a conference on.
Yeah, some outside consulting.
Consulting on this one because we're like, so I'll let it run real quick because we're getting a pull from the tackle
in the A gap.
In the A gap. Okay, so I'll show it one more time here. But of course, Van Roten gets. I gotta use mollywopped. I don't know what the word we use here. All right, so I mean, because this is not a bad idea to open the game. 11 personnel. They're coming out. They think they can stop the run. We get a light box. This is the lightest box they got all game. Right? I don't know why they didn't keep doing this with these light boxes. Maybe just because they got scared here. This Van Roten, he just a terrible technique. Look how low Ed Oliver is in there. This is awful technique. He's already like off the ground. His feet are off the ground. This guy was doing this to Andre James all game. So Andre James has some kind of tell because he was doing the same move to Andre James all game. And you'll see it later, right? So now Cole Miller, he's coming through the middle. I mean, it looks like it might have been a pretty good hole there, but
Van Roten, nice. TFL.
Nice little butt tackle by Van Roten. Good Lord. And Oliver's not even good against the run. That's what bothered me about this game. He's not even good against the run.
Well, yeah. I mean, his hands are way too wide too. If you look at that, when you had that pause, you can see Oliver's hands inside his.
Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna go 20 personnel. We ain't got no tight ends, but we got Jacob Johnson here. We got Josh Jacobs. We got 3 wide receivers. So it's called 20 personnel. Okay. But we still got all these guys in the box, right? There's still 7 in the box. You can even count the slot receiver. That's why I don't know why he has this guy so close on this play design, because you got Johnson here. You got about 8 across the board. All right. No, yeah. 8 in the box. And we're running a draw, and these guys don't care. They don't care. It's a draw. It's first down. We're coming. They don't care. It's a draw. And then you see Parham. He does a nice recovery, but you see Bernard is already shooting this gap, and you'll see it better from the backside. Makes a great play. That dude is terrific all game. See it better here. You get 20 personnel. Just gonna switch it up. But they still don't care because Johnson's in the game. They're probably running. So here comes Poyer. You kind of see Poyer. He's already creeping up. He's making sure he sees the draw. So he's just making sure a little tiny bit. But Bernard does a great job. He's just shooting this. And then this was kind of interesting. I wanted to show this to you, Matt. Watch Milano here. All right. He kind of just moves over, okay, for a second. Now watch James. Now James goes up here like this, because nobody blocks Bernard, and I really feel like that Johnson would have had a good chance to block Milano if James goes here. I don't know. You tell me if I'm wrong there. But
yeah, I think the problem is they didn't because it looks like the Poyer rolls down post snap, so I think it looks like Garoppolo's pointing to Milano as the mic, so they had already set it, and then when he shifts down, it threw off the count. Because right now they have 6 to block 8.
Yeah,
I mean, nowhere to go.
They're just playing.
But yeah, I think you're right. The way it ended up, I think they just got screwed up because they identified the mic early and didn't adjust when they brought Poyer down.
Mm-hmm. All right, so now we get in some duo on this one. This is normal 21 personnel. This is another tell too. You have Mayer Mumford on the field, man. We know they know this.
Yeah.
At this point, so it's a huge tell. So but this is my thing. OJ Howard, yeah, he can't run a route, but he can block.
I mean,
So
Wilkerson gets beat across his face too.
Wilkerson gets
Got
beat
made
across
the team
his
because
face.
he can run block.
Because Johnson's in the game, bro. They're blitzing. They're coming.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
See Johnson? Yeah. Look at Bernard, because Bernard is not in hesitation. He's taking on Johnson. On here. Let's watch James. Kind of pushing through James and Parham, which is James doesn't have any play strength. And then so Jacobs has to make a move, and then Milano's meeting him right in the hole. And we'll see it better on the backside here. I'm telling you, man, it's
we got 8 in the box, and
like, look at it. That's 8
7 in block 8.
Yeah. And they're coming. He's coming from this side. They are playing the run. Look at this. Look at this. They are playing the run.
Yep. About what happens when you have bring a fullback in the game that you've never thrown a pass to, and an offensive tackle to come play tight end.
Yep. Here it is. Again, we got 21 personnel with Mumford as tackle, as the tight end, and Johnson in the game. So I wonder what they're going to do. Now we have, I think it's 8 again. 8 in the box. Right. And we're getting is the duo once again here. But look, here's a cross face again. There's the cross face, which makes Van Roten have to come off his block and try to help James. Or like he basically pushed the guy into James, and then that play gets blown up. We'll see it better from the backside. So this is the run game right here. Look at the Bills. This is the Bills, man. They have these 2 safeties so they can play too high. A blitz off the edge again. All right, and this is first down, I believe. Blitz off the edge again. Here comes Bernard. He's crashing, right? And then you see here, that's what I was talking about. This guy did the same move to Andre James all game. Same move, boom. Swim. James loses. He runs right into Van Roten, so Van Roten can't help Illuminor. So the duo is just totally messed up. And there's really nowhere for Jacobs to go. And he gets tackled from behind by the backside blitz.
Yep, that's exactly how the Bills wanted it. Make him bounce and then have the unblocked defender come from the backside. That blitzes. Because
all right, next run. Here we go. Now we're doing 11 personnel. We're switching it up, but there's still a bunch of guys in the box, right? So we got 7 here. I mean, there's 4, 6, 7, right? Yeah, 4. I can't count. 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. And then you're not going to count him, but Poirier, why you think he's this low?
Yeah.
And of course, I was just also talking about Austin Hooper, just giving a huge tell here. Just look at him. It's just. And then this is an interesting one too. I wanted to talk to you about this one too, Matt, because I believe this is inside zone, inside split zone. Okay, so just we're watching Jacobs inside split zone. Shouldn't he hit just least? Right?
I knew what you're going to say already.
Because Parham has no shot here.
Yeah, James has got to help his guy out because Parham's out leveraged too, and they're trying to ideally trying to scoop or reach him, and he gives him no help because he's in a hurry to get to the linebacker, which, if I remember correctly, has been an issue for Andre James since he became a starter.
Yeah. I mean, he's one technique. He's shading you, bro. You got to touch him. Yeah, it's like the main rule.
And especially with how aggressive the Bills linebackers were playing, James can be patient and let 43 come to him, and hopefully absorb contact and kind of help him out.
And Parham's getting, everybody's shitting on Parham. Parham sucks, but this is how it looks. This is.
I mean, he's not a great rep on Parham, but yeah, he's not.
It isn't either. He's expecting. He's expecting out. Yeah. All right, here we go. We are stubborn over here. We're the Raiders. We're stubborn. We're gonna go Mumford again, Johnson, and we're gonna have this is 8 in the box, guys. 8, and he's blitzing to get off the edge. We're gonna try outside zone this time. We're gonna switch it up, get some outside zone. But Ed Oliver, boom, just pushes Van Roten right back into Jacobs again. Yeah, man.
Jesus. Van Roten led the team in TFL.
And I don't even know what Johnson was doing here. Like he was going this way, but then he tried. Maybe he thought he was supposed to come back inside. But I mean, because there was an opening for Jacobs, as Van Roten doesn't get destroyed, and if Johnson actually came out there with him, read it correctly too. But you know,
it's actually a pretty good block by Munford.
I know. I think he got hurt though. I think he got hurt because he was limping for a little bit. Oh, what did we do? Here we go again, Matt. Here we go.
Yep.
Mumford.
Is this the second half too?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Oh, do that this time at least.
You know, do it again. All right. Well, this time Mumford, he gets his butt kicked this time. Now he's getting his butt kicked on this one. So just basically almost lifts him off. Yeah, he's getting lifted off the ground. It's enough for him to go. So, the blocks on the other side aren't that bad. Kind of. I mean, the game is getting turned around a little bit, but Van Roten's able to get there. Luminar's a quiet guy. He just doesn't. I just never have to say anything really bad at him, but he did kind of get twisted around by Ed Oliver there a little bit, but yeah. He's just boring as hell. All right, that's what you want. That's what you want at offensive lineman, though. Right? Well, just look at Poyer again. So this is talking about. So yeah, is there 8 in the box? No, right now. But here comes Poyer.
He might as well be 8.
He might as well be 8 because he's not playing the pass. And then they play actually like 3 times this game, man. That was the frustrating part. You got these guys crashing like this. You got to start play action. And then he tried to get creative with it. Like, okay, let's switch it up. You know, we still got Mumford in here. Let's act like we're doing like a counter play. Misdirection counter. But for some reason, Michael Mayer doesn't block Rousseau. Now, somebody said that maybe he wasn't supposed to, but I went back and I was like, let me go find this play from last year. And first of all,
it's not an option, so someone's got to block him.
I mean, touch his hands. What did he think? Did he think Miller was going to get there or something? That's. I mean, I don't think so. Because I don't see how Miller could have.
Maybe, yeah, Miller, because James comes down and blocks a 3 technique, but I mean, 3 technique still gets penetration to the play side. I just don't like that play design. I know they were trying to do something different, but like the false polars are not exactly what I like when you play a penetrating defensive line like the Bills.
All right, so I said Renfrow over. Stop lying. I just was tired of it. Sorry, guys. But all right, so let's just start off here with simple short route. We're gonna start with the short routes. Okay, we're not gonna go deep. I mean, there are some guys open deep here, but this kind of just shows it's basically the whole game. This is the second drive of the game after they have their first touchdown. They throw an interception on the screen on this drive. All right, so Renfrow, they're gonna be running basically what they call toggle. Okay, so he's got the option route to go in, out, and then Wilkerson has the same option on top of it, which is, I don't know why you're doing this week 2 with the guy, a brand new quarterback, but hey, you thought he could do all these crazy things, I guess. So we get the option route, right? I mean, Renfrow's open if he wanted to throw it. I mean, if you're not going to throw it deep, look, can we get some yak here? Right, he throws it on time. If he's on time, he's already thrown this ball. This guy, you see the little stutter step he had. Renfrow's catching this ball. He's running.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's just break down the rest of this play. Okay, just for shits and giggles here. We're getting cover 3 again. Like I said, these guys drop. They show too high to start, but then he drops. Right. We're getting cover 3. Now, I mean, Carter's a little tough one. All right, that's fine, but it's just Adams. This to me, like, there's a clean pocket and just Adams is open. But hey, I mean, through the same line of vision, you can hit Jacobs though. So that's just the beginning of it. That's just the beginning of it. All right, that's just the beginning. I still don't know. To me, because it's supposed to go to Renfrow, right? Yeah. Right. There's his eyes. Boom. Just throw it to him. And then like he's open though. Like, oh, I don't like it. Oh, but I'll check it down. That's basically what happened. But just the offensive line too is just playing so well. Van Roten, if he could run block, man, he'd be the best guard in football.
You got the opposite of Alex Barzin now.
All these guys are ranked top 10 in PFF grade, except Parham. He's 11 in pass protection. All of them. Oh, my bad. Illuminor is like 47 or something. But all right, yeah, you guys see that? I know you see it. All right. See, this is what I'm talking about. He was getting creative. To me, Josh McDaniels was kind of ready for them to play a lot of cover 3 and play a lot of single high, because this is first down, right? This is after the interception. They went and scored 7-7. This is first down. We're in 20 personnel, so it kind of shows it. You still got these guys in the box, just because probably when they came out with 2 running backs, that's what they were thinking. But now we get this kind of look, and then they switch here, and now it's empty, right? So it's a pretty good look. And they come here, and you see, I think that's Hyde come down, and there's just this opening void, and you got these crossers. So I'll go back and talk about the concept. So we're getting a crosser here, kind of a little choice route from Abdullah, and then you're getting a backside dig from the other side. Now, all right, so here, none of these guys are carrying Renfrow. Usually in like cover 3, one of these guys would carry Renfrow. Nobody's carrying him, okay, on the crosser. And he's just wide open in the middle of the field. I mean, so is Wilkerson, though. I mean, if you wanted to throw to Wilkerson, Wilkerson could get some pretty good yards to the catch, too, there. So I'll just go back, show one more time. But this is how they get out of that look. He has to throw this ball. So these guys can't stack up the box on first down. And I just don't know what he didn't like. Maybe he thought, I don't know. I don't know.
And the thing that's confusing me too is I imagine by the motion what they're trying to do is get either Renfrow or Abdullah on a linebacker. So like they got exactly what they wanted. Well, I mean, no one was on Renfrow, but yeah, he just goes with the check down.
Yeah, it's just I like showing the pocket from the backside with the offensive line. So here we go. And, I mean, they blitzed too. This is a blitz. They picked it up pretty well. I mean, Garoppolo's pretty damn good job picking up blitzes. He does that well, right? I mean, they pick up this blitz, a little stunt blitz, and look at it's just all the time, and it's just right there,
Yeah,
it's just right there.
Natural pass rusher in the zone.
All right, next one. So this one we're getting kind of 9-8-9 type of look, okay? But this time, they call this goose. You get a seam from Renfrow, and you get a go route from here, but you get a go route from Tucker. They're showing too high to start, okay? Once again, but they're gonna go into cover 3 right here. But oh my bad, this is it. They're staying in quarters in this one. My bad. Here we go. They stay in quarters in this one, but you're gonna see here that the safety, he's playing any dig route. He's looking for digs. Tucker is wide open, guys. Yes, he is. He's about to be wide open. Adams, he's not getting open because they're playing kind of off coverage here. But, he has Tucker. And since he has time, he could have hit Renfrow, in my opinion.
Honestly. Could have just gone to Mayer, too. It was wide open for a good catch and run at the top of the screen.
If you want to keep it short, right?
Yeah, if you're going to check it down, go to your guy that chip blocked and has no one near him.
Yeah, because it's basically because just watch Jimmy's eyes, right? So Jimmy, he looks at it, but as soon as he sees it's not open, he checks down, right? Boom. Now his eyes go straight to Jacobs.
Yep.
Instead of letting this play develop a little bit, because I mean, if you just look at it, if he just puts this ball out here, dude, this dude doesn't have the leverage to get to Renfrow, and Renfrow's cutting it up. Well, Tucker's wide open too, man. I mean, he can't throw that far, but it is what it is.
Yeah, because I can understand not throwing a Renfrow. I can, like you said, I don't know if he has the arm strength to hit Tucker, but I still just can't get past the fact that your second round pick is wide open in the flat for a good catch and run, and you don't even take that.
Well, because he goes straight to Jacobs. He doesn't even look over there. So he's looking at the seam, which I don't understand why he came off it, because there's nobody there. I don't understand that. But he goes right to Jacobs. All right, here's another one. Now, this is dagger, so I kind of give him a little bit of leeway on this one. But, I mean, Renfrow is just, it's the clear out. But, his eyes are already down. And this is dagger, okay? So this is dagger concept. This is McDaniels' favorite play, okay? On third down. This is second and long. He loves this. He's getting dagger. He's getting Wilkerson on here in the dig. And he's getting Renfrow on the clear out here too, right? Now they're in too high this time. They're in cover 2, so they're showing the cover 3 like they're playing in the box again this time. But they switch out and they go to cover 2, right? But he's already like, why is he already running?
Happy feet.
He's already gone. It's like, is it because they switch coverages and he's confused? But Renfrow's wide open here. Now that's why I'll give him a little bit. Is to clear out. But my problem is that Wilkerson's wide open too. Like, even if he stayed in the pocket, where Poyer is right there, and where Wilkerson is at the second level, he has him.
Yeah.
From a clean pocket.
Yep. And I mean, he might need to take a couple steps up, because whoever Jacobs is blocking gets to the outside a little bit, but like,
yeah,
he does not need to go into full scramble mode like he does.
Jermaine Lular's like, what are you doing, man?
Cost me a sack, dude. Haven't given up pressure all year. You're gonna run into a sack for me.
Yeah, this is a great block by Jacobs. Though, right? Look at that.
Yeah, like he could step up, right? Like I can see that a little bit, but like he doesn't need to.
Like he doesn't really need to turn in the side like this. He can just step up, like,
yeah, naturally.
I don't know. If he ever like a 4-3, I'd feel better about that, about him just running. But he doesn't run a 4-3 though. All right, I'm getting pretty long here, guys. And now this one is just garbage time. This is just another one. We're running like these same deep concepts, and maybe we can get a field goal before halftime. Nah, we're just gonna force it to Michael Mayer outside. He hasn't got a reception all year.
That was the one he had.
Well, I know that exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. I see what you're saying. Yeah, he hasn't had one all year to this point. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and this is time he could shot. Go ahead, Matt.
I was just saying, nothing like taking a shot for your first NFL catch for 3 yards.
Mm-hmm. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, just if he throws this ball, these guys are both going this way, right? If he throws this ball, I mean, they might. I don't know if they run out of time, but they had 2 timeouts. I mean, 21-13 is better than 21-10.
It's frustrating, man.
It's frustrating. Because look at this pocket, man. There's really no reason. Because you see, he's already looking to check down to Jacobs. Why?
And he does.
Why? And he does it. Why? Okay. All right, we're good, guys. All right. So we're getting dagger again here. Getting dagger again on this one. Right, but we're getting cover 3 again. This is single high cover 3. And I know you guys already see it. It's coming. There's a circle. Now, I know he's to clear out. He just throws it later. That's all. If you're going to throw it later, don't throw the clear out, okay? But it's just funny. Wilkerson slipped, though, so that was a big part of this. I don't know if maybe that's why he didn't want to throw this ball. But he almost slipped again on a later dagger, too. It's kind of funny. Yeah. Just look at pick up the stuff. Look at Parham, man. That's a great block. look at just all this room.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably could have just stepped up to his left and waited for Wilkerson to get back up.
He had time watch something. He could have stepped to his left, or Renfrow could have went this way.
Yeah.
All right. So that was a lot of week 2. But you know what? I didn't show this last week. So let's go to this week. Let's go to the previous week, since I think a lot of people were acting like this was just 1 week occurrence, right? So this is Renfrow on basically a juke option route. He can go this way, or he can step back and come this way. You kind of see the move he puts on there, and he puts on 25. Okay, now Garoppolo's looking over here. I think he's looking at Jacoby Myers on this. They run like a seam and comeback. They ran that a couple times this game, but Myers is double teamed because here comes Simmons. They're playing too high here. Simmons is playing brackets since he's kind of like basically inside leverage and is basically inside release. So he's playing brackets there. So, but this is a great pocket here. So he doesn't want to go to Abdullah. So, and Hunter Renfrow's just wide open. So is Adams though too. Adams is just Adams out here, just wide open too. But he decides to run and get his head taken off.
Jesus.
I mean, it's so like the runs that we all got excited about this week. I mean, it was basically the same thing that happened this week. Is just he just wasn't able to run and get some yards. The Broncos just weren't ready for it at all. And then, of course, this infamous one right here. This is the infamous. I don't know if you saw this last week, Matt, but
oh, the defender slips.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not the last play, but the last actual play of the game.
Yeah. So on this one, I still think Wilkerson runs the wrong route here because I think he's supposed to take this a little shorter, but he takes it super deep, right? So he takes it super deep. He ends up, these guys end up tripping, but Renfrow's just wide open for a touchdown. But from a clean pocket, I'm just gonna run. And the funny part of this play, though, Matt, I'm just gonna show this. Is this guy right here who just won't come off of Adams and make the tackle.
That's like the dude that falls for the pump fake like 5 yards down the field.
Yeah. Oh man, I went too long on that one. Damn. 42 minutes. My bad.
You're good.
All right. So yeah, that was the breakdown of the offense. Sorry guys, I went kind of long before we get into that. But what are your thoughts on that, Matt?
I mean, to me, it kind of feels like Jimmy Garoppolo is like just too much of a robot. Like, it seems like he's like, this is my read. This is what I'm going to do. This is what like, you know what I mean? Like, you're talking about like the dagger, the clear out being open and him not throwing it. To me, that's because he's so programmed to be like, that's not part of the read or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, I think, who was it? Ben Solak was talking about it with Jared Goff and like comparing that to Matt Stafford, where it was like a similar type of situation where, yeah, Goff had like in the season opener, Goff had like Amon-Ra St. Brown open on a clear out and he didn't pull the trigger, which is fine. Like, okay, that's not part of your read, but a guy like Matt Stafford, who's a creative passer and has a hose as an arm, he's going to see that and hit that. And that's kind of the frustrating part with him. And it just feels like when Hunter Renfrow is is exactly where he's supposed to be, when he's supposed to be, like he's going to come off of him. Like the one route you showed, I think it was the first clip where like Hunter Renfrow kind of did the skip into his break and then got out. I was almost like, I wonder if Jimmy sees that and he's like, okay, Hunter's not there when I'm expecting to, I'm going somewhere else. And then usually it ends up being the check down. So that's kind of, I don't know, that was kind of my read on it, is like Jimmy Garoppolo is almost just playing too robotic, which I don't know, maybe that seems like from everything we've heard a little bit of what McDaniels wanted is someone who's just going to throw the ball where he wants it to go every single time and not kind of be innovative and creative.
Yeah. I agree with that, man. It was frustrating to watch. Because I hate pointing out open guys. I really do. I just don't like that. But it was undeniable.
Yeah.
When it is, and when it's the read though, like when he calls dagger, and it's, you can Google dagger. You can see what the reads are for dagger. You can Google it. It's a concept. It's like everywhere. People know it. Main football concept, right? I mean, Kurt Warner made a living. He made the Hall of Fame off it, basically. So that concept has reads to it, and he's just not hitting those. It's just like he's just scared. I don't use the word scared. He is not feeling comfortable anticipating those windows like he needs to, and that's really what it is too. He's just he's like he's always been late. So yeah, I don't know. But the run game, but that all comes back to the run game at the beginning is the video at the end of him not throwing downfield. And that's where we're at on offense.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say anymore. it's the frustrating thing for me too is like not only is he missing open guys, he's throwing to covered guys, right? Like there are a few ones like the pick to Milano, like that was like not open. And it's like, and like again, going back to that play to Mayer, like someone else is open and you're making the wrong decision, like undoubtedly, because again, you're throwing into coverage. Like that's the part that I can't stand. Like the scramble in the last play to Renfrow, like I can take that because it's like, you know what, at least you made a good play to like end up winning the game.
Yeah.
But when you're throwing to coverage and not having the result that you have, like now it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but is what it is, man. Shall we move on to some defense?
Yeah. It just pissed me off. They could have put like 30 on that team. If they that's what frustrated me. Is like there was opportunities to put a lot of points on them. Because I didn't even show the Devontae Adams miss. I didn't show that one, bro. That was the worst one. The Adams miss was.
I love that you just keep them like stored in the chamber for later. Like the whole Renfrow clips from last week.
No, I was being nice, like man. I was very nice to Raider Nation. I was very nice. Though. All right, let's get into it, man. Let's get to defense.
All right, man. All right, you got my screen up there.
Yeah. Boom.
All right, so yeah, kind of what I was talking about. One of the things I wanted to go over is Jakorian Bennett has been struggling in coverage. A lot of it, though, I think is mental. So that's kind of the silver lining. He's just kind of not picking it up or not picking up what he needs to be doing and just not at the same level. But again, I think as he gets more experience, the mental part will come down. It's just a matter of how patient the Raiders want to be with them. But first clip actually is going to be more physical, and it's more something that doesn't really hurt him on this play. Like we'll see Diggs just get like a 6-yard catch, but he keeps slipping out of his break. Like I noticed this last week, and there was a clip later in the game that was like a little bit worse, but again, it didn't hurt. And that's something to me that's going to hurt him down the line, like when he's able to close. Like he keeps losing his feet. And two, like I feel like right now he should be breaking on the route. He takes one of those couple extra steps. So when you combine that with not being able to stop and change directions, like that's something that's going to come up and be a bigger issue later when he comes to close. So again, not a huge issue, not my primary concern with him right now, but something that could be a problem later. This one was the one that really killed me because this is, I believe, cover 6, and he's on the cover 2 side. Epps plays with a little bit more depth than I would expect from cover 2, so this might be cover 4, but either way, I mean, this is zone coverage 101. We play it back to front, but instead we're going to take the cheese on is that Kincaid on the out route right there on the short out, and leave Gabe Davis wide open. I mean, that's a huge throwing window in the NFL. Josh Allen's going to make that throw every time, and he almost misses it, but that's an easy pitching catch that you're going to get. And the other thing that like kind of bugs me about this is the lack of situational awareness. We have 2 threats to this side and 3 guys to cover them. Or sorry, excuse me, 3 guys to cover 3 threats. But when James Cook stays in the block, now we have help from Diablo. Or from Diablo. So he can sink and he can go help out Epps, even if this is cover 2, even if that's not his primary responsibility, and then come up and rally and get Kincaid. Again, take the cheese. It's first down for the Bills. This is another one. Going to be play action this time. This is the touchdown. And I mean, right now, we can kind of see it here. Eyes are inside. We're watching the running back leave Knox wide open in the back of the end zone. And that's our guy. The thing that bugs me about this one too is, again, situational awareness. It's 2nd and goal from the 2, and they run, and the run flow goes away from you. You are not going to be able to help stop this run. If Singleton or if Harris, whoever that is that catches ends up running that ball, Jakorian Bennett's not making that play. We'll see it from the end zone view. Again, gets the run or the run block from Knox initially. So again, kind of understandable. But look where his eye's at. Get a good view of it here. He's looking at the running back, not expecting and not even seeing Josh Allen booting back here, and then that's wide open, and it's easy money. money for a touchdown. So that's one of the things too, is like he's struggling against play action, and we're going to see another example of it also against Knox, where he's just kind of a little lost when he's out there. Like this one, the Raiders are actually going to run man and run cover one. And we see Knox. All right, Knox is blocking first on Max Crosby, right? He's getting a nice set, because this is what a lot of teams are going to do when they have a guy like Max Crosby in there, especially with play action. So how does Bennett respond? That's his man that's going in to block. And he's right to be able to, start to sink and go help out Trevon Merrick and cover this. The problem is he turns his back completely to his man, which you just can't do in man coverage. Even though it is play action, like you've got to kind of expect this guy to block and release. Again, that's going to happen. That's going to be common when you have a guy like Max Crosby on the other side. So if he, instead of turning his back, if he either backpedaled to help make this a tougher throw and tighten that window, or even was at like a 45-degree angle with his head on his swivel, I think he has a chance at being able to rally and go get Knox. But I mean, he doesn't even make the tackle there, and it's a check down that goes for a first down on 1st and 10. Yeah. Nate Hobbs ends up coming off his man and making the tackle almost in front of the sticks. But that's kind of a little bit of the issues with our guy Bennett there. Is mentally he's still kind of spinning a little bit. Gonna move on to a couple other reps where I actually like 90% of what he does. Like we'll see right here. Like this is a heck of exchange, or heck of a job to get reattached through this little pick from Diablo. He gets reattached, but the problem was, and this was something he had an issue with in college, Diggs is going to run a little push-by move. I mean, he's got, a couple yards of separation.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that worries me a little bit with Jakorian Bennett, is he's not the biggest guy in the world, and he struggled with physical route runners in college. But two, the one thing I think can help him is, I don't know, you tell me, Marcus, do you think he ever expected the out to come, or do you think he was thinking Diggs is going vertical?
Yeah, he thought post. I think he's thinking corner, or not post. My bad. He's thinking like some kind of because you could kind of tell that he's the undercut guy.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And then two, my point where I'm going with that, if he starts getting that and starts picking it up, yeah, it is. I mean, that is the thing, is this guy is one of the better receivers in the game. But if Bennett can start thinking a little bit and getting more of that football IQ, he can be ready for the out and play with a little bit wider base. Like we see his feet are right next to each other, and anticipate that route. And that's going to help him stand up against physicality.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, this one is same thing. I like 95% of this route rep, except for the last 5. I mean, again, do a good job running, playing on top of Gabe Davis here. Avoid the pick. Don't even hit Hobbs on that. Excuse me. Lost my train of thought there for a second. But Josh Allen scrambles, eyes caught in the backfield, and once again, they drop it down there for a 4-yard gain. Like, again, 95% of this rep is great. In press coverage, get some hands on him right there shortly after the line. We're on him. But you can even see his head too, right? Look, takes a peek at Allen, tries to cheat a little bit, and Gabe Davis just goes up the field. 40-yard gain. Can't have that.
Nope.
That was the next clip. What's up?
Well, I was gonna say, but that was kind of what I was pointing on Twitter, man. There's a lot of points where there was nothing open for Josh Allen initially, but he just bails, and then it's over.
Let's take a look at the pass rush too. Oh, Max Crosby goes inside. What did we talk about last week when we were doing the Bills preview? Auto scramble.
That was the cleanest pocket in the world. But that's what I'm talking about. If you're gonna run from clean pockets, you better be 6'5", 230, 240, running 4.7.
Josh Allen is a little bit better athlete than Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
All right, so one thing I did want to kind of touch on too, because obviously I'm sure most people are going to be expecting this. Run defense was Jakorian Bennett's calling card, saving grace in the season opener, right? This one he's going to want back. Get run to his side. I mean, we'll see it a little bit better from the end zone view, but this just isn't aggressive enough. He's got to come up and set the edge. This is way too much space for a guy like James Cook, who's pretty shifty. And I mean, he just outruns him to the corner and loses contain. That's what, 15, 20-yard gain. Spillane ends up making the play. So we'll see it again from this angle. I mean, that's just too much room. We got to be more aggressive, start coming downhill, and squeezing that, reducing that rushing lane. Also, shoulders square to the line of scrimmage might help him out a little bit, because he kind of gets a little bit perpendicular. Not too bad, but I mean, we just lose the edge there. Can't have that. You got to be part of the run fit. And if that's going to be your calling card in the first game, you got to be in the second too. What I will say is later in the game, we'll see a little bit better rep here. Much more aggressive. I mean, he takes it to this tight end right here. Is that tight end or receiver? Yep, tight end. I like this one. That's what we want. That's what we want to see. Gain of what, 2 or 3? And that's taking it to it. That's taking the fight to somebody and playing physical. Now we just need to be more physical when we're unblocked, which is an interesting development. But, and then 2, last one, I just want to show this good coverage. I think when this is man again. So when he's, able to just play football a little bit and not have to think like you do in zone a little bit more, it can just carry receivers down the field. Like he's money. Like this is a great rep. I mean, that's not open. He's on that dude like glue. But again, it's just kind of running straight down the field, playing to his strengths right now. So that's kind of the biggest problem is we know Patrick Graham wants to play zone. The rest of the Raiders defense and secondary is built to play zone. He's built to play man, especially right now while he's thinking. Although I will say, and I did want to point out too, this was a 1st and 10 near the red zone. And Patrick Graham, obviously a friend of the program because he ran cover 1, just like the Jets did. And we pointed out on Tape Don't Lie. So I'm glad to know. Glad to know Pat Graham is listening to the channel and subscribing. Like and subscribe, please.
I mean, they try to run the screens too that I pointed out, but they do a pick and then they stop. So
maybe we should stop giving advice then, because I'd rather not see Josh Allen scramble for first downs. Anyway, that's what we got for Jakorian Bennett. Like I said, when he doesn't have to think as much, he's been a better player. It's just a matter of kind of letting that all click and how patient the Raiders want to be. I get kind of the feeling that we might see David Long starting on Sunday, but we'll see how that works out. All right. Moving on to Marcus Epps. This dude was flying downhill all the game. This is a great example, probably the best one we'll see. Raiders are in man coverage, it looks like, and in 2-man, and he's going to be playing as the high safety. I mean, we can see it right here, right? They run a screen. He's already read it and crashing downhill. I mean, he ends up making a TFL when he started 12 yards past the line of scrimmage. That's a hell of a play, man.
Hell of a play.
Yeah. Oh, I'm all about that.
Yeah, he was all over the film.
Same drive. What's up?
He was all over the film, but keep going. My bad.
Okay. No, you're good. Same drive. This time the Raiders are going to be in man again. He's going to be the single high safety. Nate Hobbs, this is a tough cover. Bills actually have a pretty good play call with their wide receivers in a bunch set. And they're going to run a crossing route. So, I mean, that's a tough cover for Nate Hobbs.
That was a great route. Goddamn.
Yeah, great route by Diggs. I don't know how he didn't pick himself on this between Diablo getting depth and not running into his own guy. But here's the thing. Marcus Epps, being the smart, instinctual player that he is, they come from the free safety look. That is a beautiful tackle to prevent the first down. Raiders ended up giving up the 4th down conversion, but we'll ignore that for right now. But yeah, heck of a play, coming downhill, flying around, making a perfect tackle to start them a yard short of the game. All right, this one, the Raiders are going to be rolling to cover 3 post snap. And with this switch release from the on the curl flat concept from the Bills, you're going to see he goes, kind of has a little bit of a no shit moment. Oh, we got Stephon Diggs. I like this right here where he's kind of hanging back. You can see he's like, all right, Diggs might be able to run by me. So I'm going to stay deep a little bit and give myself some extra cushion in case he does go deep. Then he reads the curl route and same thing, closes in a hurry. I mean, another one. What's that? A yard after the catch, maybe?
Yeah.
Against a guy that can be lethal. Other one. All right, what we got? Man coverage against Dawson Knox here. So Dawson Knox is a kind of a unique player where the Bills do like to throw to him when they get him one-on-one, especially with the safety that he's got a size advantage from. It's a pretty good pass catcher. And right here again, the Raiders are going to be man. Epps is going to have him one-on-one, and we're going to see Josh Allen. He wants to go to Dawson Knox, but what Epps has done a great job of is he parked himself at the sticks. And here, a little bit of space, but I mean not enough for Allen to be able to pull the trigger. Holds up his own against some physicality. A nice wide base, pushes back a little bit too, and that gives the Raiders pass rush. The Raiders blitz, with with Spillane flushing him out here on the linebacker stunt. It forces Allen off the pocket and into an inaccurate throw. Heck of a play that all started because Epps was able to take away Josh Allen's first read.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Got a good old-fashioned cover zero here. And the Bills are going to have a good counter here with Dawson Knox running the short drag route. Again, another tough cover for Marcus Epps. But hey, that guy, like we were just saying, showed some good instincts, was flying around the field, ends up going to be picking it up and taking that away from Allen. Now, again, this is a play we think we saw earlier.
Yeah.
Got to stop Allen from getting the first down on this.
They got a hold on this one, so I mean, this play didn't count, but.
Gotcha. Okay. So there we go. Ended up getting the hold, but still would like to see someone actually make the play.
Yeah. Again, get some pressure.
Circling back, I need to be more positive here. Circling back, our guy Marcus Epps. I mean, that's a beautiful way to drive on that route. Had Allen even thrown that ball, it's what, a 2-yard gain, 3-yard gain, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what we're looking for. The encouraging signs from Marcus Epps right now. All right, so this is, I think, a little bit of what we were talking about before. This is going to be our last play here. This play is actually made by Trevon Merrick, who makes a heck of a play on the ball. But I wanted to include it because this is an old-school safety play that Jack Tatum is looking down on and smiling. Boom, baby. I mean.
Yeah, perfect hit you right in the chest.
Exactly. Legal, everything. And I mean, too, like, Dalton Kincaid, he's a rookie, doesn't know any better. Welcome to the NFL, son. Take this in your chest. Like, that's, again, not something that directly impacted the play. Like, Merrick ends up getting the PBU. Like, he's all hyped up, too, because Epps just decleated this dude. But that's something that for a rookie, he's going to be thinking about that the next time he tries to come over when he sees Epps across from him in coverage.
Yep.
So that was some of the things I loved. Just flying around with his hair on fire, making hits, taking out tight ends, making sure rookies know their place and sitting them down. So,
yeah. So way to end this on positivity, Matt. I like that. We end the show on positivity.
I try.
Positivity. It worked out perfect, man. We end the show right with some positive stuff after all the negative from this week. So I mean, yeah, Marcus Epps looked really good. It was interesting. You showed a lot of Bennett. Bennett he's 4th round pick, man. That's kind of my thing. Like, we got a 4th round pick out there starting, which is.
And it was exciting. It was starting. I was excited about it too. Like, I thought he played well in the few preseason snaps he is, but right now you can tell it's like, oh yeah, he is a 4th round pick that's starting. Like, he's spinning right now.
Yeah, he's spinning. He's a 4th round pick that's out there starting. So that is a good call out. Maybe David Long comes out there, but David Long played the slot this week, so I don't know how they're working that out. They're mixing it up a little bit in coverage later in that game, but yeah, we'll see how they feel about Bennett. They might give him another shot this week. I think this week they're finally going to get tested outside a lot more. Some of the plays you're showing, I mean, there wasn't like a huge test. Like, Marcus Peters is going to get tested this week. Like, they're throwing go routes. That's really all they do is throw go routes over the Steelers.
Well, you got a guy like George Pickens who I think he came down with like 69% of his contested catches last year. I'd probably do the similar thing. And I mean, Matt Canada might be the most unoriginal or unimaginative offensive coordinator out there. So
yeah, get a lot of go routes. That's why they got to hope they're ready for the go routes. Maybe they're trying to stop them, but they don't care. They're going to throw them. They're going to throw the goes to Pickens and them. And, I think it's going to be a little different for the defense, especially if they blitz a lot this week. I think they can get Pickett a little bit messed up. But the offense has to show it, man. That's my problem. They haven't really played good offense in 2 weeks. They're averaging 13 points a game. They got to play better on offense. They got to figure something out. I don't know.
Got to figure out
what they're going to do. But, yeah, I mean, that's the main thing. I don't know if they got to put Johnson on ice for a week and just go 11 personnel and spread these guys out, because they got to find a way to get lighter boxes. And then Jimmy Garoppolo got to find a way to throw downfield to kind of get these guys to respect him. But I don't know if that's going to happen after 10 years anyways. So, to be honest, I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see, bro. All right. So we got Steelers this week. Hopefully it's a bounce back game. Like I said, the Steelers on offense aren't that good. They're actually, they're worse than the Raiders. So That's a good thing to look forward to. So maybe the defense can have a little bit of a bounce back game. Maybe they look a little bit more like they did against the Broncos. That's what we hope for, and hopefully the offense can find a way to get the run game going, because I think the pass protection has been excellent for 2 weeks. Yeah. But we got Highsmith and TJ Watt coming into town. Yep. And if Jimmy Garoppolo is worried about Greg Rousseau, I think he's gonna be a little worried about TJ Watt. If he's worried about if Rousseau's gonna hit him, man, because Watt's gonna win a couple times. He's gonna win. It's just a factor, and so it's gonna be a big deal. Keep that up. I might have my Derek DB come help us out this week, and check out some stuff. But all right, guys, we're out of here. We're at hour 5. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Maybe you probably didn't, but we're here to show you the truth here, and that's why it's Tape Don't Lie. We're here to show the film, and we let the film speak for itself. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. I got every single Jimmy Garoppolo throw on the membership. I'll probably drop some kind of edited video of that maybe today or tomorrow. And then, of course, we got the preview and then TDL gambling on Friday. Make sure you guys support that. We started at 1,000 views. Now we're at 1.5. Just get us to 2,000 next time. We're growing here. We're growing. So I really appreciate you guys checking that out, that show. And that's the real reason I'm mad at Jimmy Garoppolo, because I said the Raiders were going to cover, and they would have if he hit those throws. So
did you say Jacobs would hit the over on the rushing yards too?
We're done. I'm not doing that anymore.
I don't mean to be a dick, but it is pretty damn funny for him to take the over and him to finish with negative yards.
Never again. I'm not. That's like we told them last week. Don't touch Hunter Renfrow, and we were right.
There you go.
Don't touch Hunter until we see Hunter get like 6 catches, and then maybe you can go. But now I don't know. All right, guys, we're out of here. Peace.
See ya.